but there is a spirit in man. And the inspiration, hold on, of the Almighty makes him wise. I love this translation. Watch this. Watch this. Another translation said there was a spirit, but there was a spirit in a person. Listen, I'm going to go through the chapter. This is verse Job 32.
Hold on, you look at I'm going to fast forward, honey.
A store, nothing but the highest respect. Verse 14 says this. What does that have to do with
Now I want you all to pay attention, because right here, Wig's about to make it all make sense. She's going to explain to them how a router, a modem that you use to get Wi-Fi can actually help you with spirituality. Pay attention.
Ancestor altar. I told you I got to show you how spirits show me. I don't know nothing about nobody else. This particular thing that you just saw, this Wi-Fi router, a wireless router is a device that performs the functions of a router and also includes functions of a wireless access point. Are y'all hearing me? Are y'all hearing me?
She's acting like she really said
something. A router, y'all, sends information from the internet to personal devices like computers, phones, and tablets. Is that right?
I don't know. I don't work for Comcast, Wig.
A Wi-Fi router is connected directly to an internet source. It then takes that internet connection and allows devices to access by connecting to the Wi-Fi signal. Talk black to me.
You mean talk fraud to you?
Your Wi-Fi family transmits. Is that right? So does your altar.
Why is she whispering?
When you go into a new home, if some of you didn't have cable like I did for a lot of years and all of a sudden you got cable, notice you can't get it unless you have this particular modem or this particular router or device in your home in order to pick up the frequencies. Is that right? Tell me if I'm telling the truth, family.
What does that have to do with spirituality?
Are y'all hearing me? This is the power of why you need your altar. Your altar is an access point of power. When you remember the vibration that we're calling the ancestors, that life force that's in you with an outward expression, it's an access point, beloved. It's an access point, beloved. And nobody goes into somebody's home and say, what's that funny looking black thing over here? Why you got to have that in your house? It's understood that it's an access point. It's understood that it's a transmitter. Is that right, family? Watch this.
Let me tell y'all something. I'm going to stop the share for a minute. Wig is clearly making this up as she goes. What does a Wi-Fi router have to do with spirituality, ancestors, and altars? And I want you all to pay attention. This is a whole grift. Wig is actually worse than Peter Popoff. She's sitting there saying these foolish things and looking serious and then projecting her voice when she says it, because that is her way of trying to make it like if you don't get it, that you're the one that's the problem. Like you're slow. That's why she would always call her people slowness, as though they don't get what she's saying. But she's not saying anything, in fact, except a bunch of mumbo jumbo. Okay, this is all so crazy, honey. Let's keep listening because I'm entertained. Pay attention, honey. This is for entertainment purposes only, not spiritual healing. There's more? No. I just want you all to realize, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sitting up here looking at it, enjoying it, and not even sharing it. Lord, I'm so sorry. Let me just... Ah. I'm sitting up here getting all my kicks. Hold on. I'm sorry. And I'm sitting up here, Lord, I didn't even start the share again. Hold on. Hold on. I'm going to have to go back a little bit. Y'all, hold on. Melanie A. wants a wig had you in a trance, huh? She did. She did. That damn wig. Hold on. Let me go back just a little bit, honey. Y'all got to hear this, honey. It's too much.
Vicky, we be forgetting these revelations. I got to bring these things back to your remembrance. I got a picture of here. Family, what is this? What is this a picture of? Can somebody tell me what this is? Y'all, I am so humbled by the number of people that are here. I have so many people that were upset because they couldn't come. They were upset because, you know, of how I set it up, everything. But nevertheless, many of you from around the world tuned in, and the right people. Okay, somebody said Wi-Fi. Oh, y'all was so smart. Somebody said it's a modem. Y'all are so smart. Family. 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 I know y'all like, Vicky, what does that got to do with? What does that have to do with ancestor altar? I told you I got to show you how spirits show me. I don't know nothing about nobody else. This particular thing that you just saw, this Wi-Fi router, a wireless router is a device that performs the functions of a router and also includes functions of a wireless access point. Are y'all hearing me? Are y'all hearing me? A router, y'all, sends information from the internet to personal devices like computers, phones, and tablets. Is that right? A Wi-Fi router is connected directly to an internet source. It then takes that internet connection and allows devices to access by connecting to the Wi-Fi signal. Talk black to me.
What does that have to do with spirituality, Wig?
Your Wi-Fi family transmits. Is that right?
Yes, it was paid, Kathy. She charged $140 for it.
So does your altar. When you go into a new home, if some of you didn't have cable like I did for a lot of years and all of a sudden you got cable, notice you can't get it unless you have this particular modem or this particular router or device in your home in order to pick up the frequencies. Is that right? Tell me if I'm telling the truth, family. Are y'all hearing me? This is the power of why you need your altar. Your altar is an access point of power. When you remember the vibration that we're calling the ancestors, that life force that's in you with an outward expression, it's an access point, beloved. It's an access point, beloved. And nobody goes into somebody's home and say, what's that funny looking black thing over here? Why you got to have that in your house? It's understood that it's an access point. It's understood that it's a transmitter. Is that right, family? Watch this. That's not all. Can somebody tell me what this is? Can somebody tell me what this is? Here it is. Can somebody tell me what this is? Can somebody tell me what this is? It's pretty much written on the thing, isn't it? I learned about that. I still need one. I said, I want to get better internet. I'm getting it. I'm able to pick it up good right here. I'm able to pick up so-and-so good over there, right? I'm gonna need y'all to understand the power of your altar. I need you to understand the power of your altar. I need you all to understand the power, watch this, not just of your altar, but understand the need to engage it. You better talk black to me. Y'all already putting the answer in there. This Wi-Fi signal booster is what it called. And this is when I first learned about it. A Wi-Fi, I love this definition. A Wi-Fi signal booster extends Wi-Fi network coverage. Because remember, our melanin, our cells, our unique DNA, the reason why we're so spiritual, the reason why we can be at peace with the earth, the world, the cosmos, the reason why we have this unique, special, complex system of communication. We can pick up stuff we can't see. We can know what we don't know. Yes? Yes? Watch this. The Wi-Fi signal booster extends Wi-Fi network coverage space by boosting or amplifying existing signals. I'm trying to boost y'all's power. I'm trying to add super to your natural. The Wi-Fi signal booster amplifies, it boosts or amplifies existing signals. It is unique. It is a unique solution that works by pulling in an existing weak Wi-Fi from transmitter.
Okay, let me tell y'all something. I'm gonna have to skip past all this because this don't have anything to do with spirituality. This is what I was trying to tell y'all. For those of you who just came in late, Sharon, beloved, Khalees said she worked for Comcast. That's what it seems like. Okay. Someone said that she's trying to teach IT fundamentals. Listen, it sounds like it. What does any of this modems, routers, Wi-Fi signal boosters, what does any of it have to do with spirituality? This is why I say, beloveds, for those of you who came in late, if you missed the PowerPoint presentation, go back and watch that, because I was talking about different powerful benefits of spiritual healing. And I was also talking about how some doctors, physicians don't really care about their patients. They only care about getting their checks and their money. Some doctors actually care about the patients. You know, it's not all about the money for them. And then there are some people who pretend to be spiritual healers and they don't care about people either. They only care about money, like Wig. Okay, she's a prime example. Sitting up here talking about Wi-Fi, that has nothing to do with it. And I want you to pay attention because at the beginning, she first said that she got this from Spirit. She said, I just have to give to y'all the way Spirit gave it to me. So you mean to tell me the Spirit of the Most High, or the Most High sent spirits down here to tell her to teach people about altars and ancestors and DNA through way of Wi-Fi connections? Alice said, Queen, you punishing us. So hold on. Let me speed it up because I want you all to see this. Let me turn the volume off because I think she's going to start back playing that music or something.
Said, go and search carefully for the child. As soon as you find him.
Now, I don't know what Wig was talking about right there. Hold on.
Found the child. When they saw the star, they were overjoyed.
Why she put that finger on her head, I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to stop that share. Now, this is what I want y'all to see right here, and then we're going to close it out. Yes, she had a garter on her head, Reggie. But remember, she told people about the secret money in their womb, so maybe that's why she had the garter. I don't know. No, is that a garter belt, says Claudette? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, watch this. What is this all about? Someone tell me. What the hell is that? Wig. I can't play the volume. She has music on. What is this, though? What is Wig doing?
Wanted to share today, right? One of the best ways you can apply wealth science is through sound frequency. You know, I have a lot of students that apply to science regularly, and they are ultimately successful, and they tap into wealth immediately. And
let me stop right there. See, I want y'all to pay attention. I want y'all to pay attention. Now, he's sitting up here, him and Wig, putting on a whole con game under the guise of spirituality and spiritual healing and spiritual teaching. Wig was talking about in her webinar that she could raise the dead from miles away, but yet she suffers from an autoimmune illness. Now, I'm not making fun of her illness. I would never do that. But she said herself that she suffers from an autoimmune illness. How are you raising the dead, but you yourself have an illness? She said she can heal the sick. Here's the thing that always gets me about these so-called fake people who talk about they can heal people. If you can heal people, whether spiritually or physically, why don't they ever go to the hospital, to hospice care, to sick children in St. Jude who are suffering from cancer? This is all so crazy. And I want you all to pay attention, because this fool sitting there talking about his students get instant wealth, but look at his background. Let's show that again. Look at his background. It looks like he was in a place with poor lighting. Did he pay his light bill? I have questions. Hold on.
bring about manifestation. Manifestation science. A lot of times in the West, we use the word magic. And a lot of people get scared of that word. But that is something that we have tapped into as indigenous people for a very long time all over the world. So I want to give everyone that's here 3 wealth codes, sounds, 3 wealth sounds. You chant these sounds every day, you will be all right with wealth. We are at the very beginning of the year. So I want to give you all a gift. So the first wealth code sound frequency of raw vibrational abundance is Shreem, S-H-R-E-E-M. The second wealth vibration code is Brazee, B-R-Z-E-E. All right, and then Shreem Brazee, you put both of those wealth codes together and you have another code. All right, so I want to talk about Shreem real quick. Shreem brings us financial prosperity as well as spiritual wealth. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's perfect. Just how she have it on the screen there. Right, so again, Shreem brings us financial prosperity and spiritual wealth. When approaching wealth, you want to approach wealth from both angles, spiritual and financial.
This is also said, I got to go back, honey, because this is...
Ground is where you're going to get the nourishment and the nutrients. And only after a few seasons do you see a manifestation that comes out of the spirit realm. Somebody say, prove it, Vicky. Somebody say, prove it, Vicky. Somebody say, prove it, Vicky. A very familiar text. The Bible says that Jesus never spoke unless he spoke through a parable or a riddle, depends on the translation. I regularly go over this verse because this is one of the most powerful metaphysical verses in scripture, in my opinion. Matthew 6:6. It says, but when you pray, go into your room or closet, close the door, pray to the Father who is in the unseen. Then your Father who is in the unseen will reward you openly. Your sacred, secret rituals and spiritual work is supposed to do all the talking for you when you get fruit in manifestation. In the Greek, where this is translated from.
Hold on, you all. We're almost done.
For since in the wisdom of God, the world through its wisdom did not. Your altar, your sacred desk, right? Your supernatural communication power system will alter or change your life.
I need her to sit down somewhere. Let me tell y'all something. So here's the thing. At the end of the day, that was all a grift. Okay? That was just all a grift. Reggie said that she presenting at the Grammys. So I just want you all to pay attention to these are the types of people you need to stay away from. Now that man was sitting there talking about manifestation of wealth and all of that, but meanwhile, now I'm not cracking on anybody's dwelling, residence, or whatever, but it's the fact that he's talking about manifesting wealth and how his students instantly gain wealth. But you can look at where he is sitting in that apartment, whatever it was. He had plastic shelves over to the one side, bare walls with nothing on them, and the light was so dim you could barely see him. He couldn't even manifest good lighting. But he expects people to pay him to help them manifest wealth. This is all crazy. Nubian QDX said, always stealing. Yes. The Crazy Beach Air said, I got magical oil for wealth sounds for $99.99. Red said, exactly. If they can't do it for themselves, how can they do it for others? Exactly. So the bottom line is, beloveds, just pay attention to these types of people and grifters. Don't spend your money with them. Don't waste your time with them. Don't engage with them. You have common sense and critical thinking skills. Now, you know how to do the work yourself. You know how to do the work yourself. And you know the part where she said she was summoned. You see, summoned is a word used commonly in witchcraft. Summoned, conjure, incantations. Those are words associated with black magic. And that's what her and Terrain Hicks, that's what they speak about. You heard her say she was reading from a book of magic. How was the Bible a book of magic? And so anyway, that's just all real crazy. I just want you all to pay attention. At the end of the day, that's what you don't want to do. Okay? That's what you don't want to do. Whatever they were talking about, do the opposite. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Don't cast your pearls to swine, beloved. Matter of fact, I started to clutch my pearls when Wig was talking. And then she had that thing. What was that gold thing on her head? Does anybody know what that was? That gold thing she had dangling from her head? What was that? Oh, so crazy. Miss Hotel says she called herself a witch many a times. Yes, I heard her call herself a magnetic witch. This is not, Alice said it was an antenna. I mean, was it? It was something, because why was that on her head? What was up with the garter belts? Woo, child, don't catch your pearls before the swine, says Reggie. Exactly. This is all so crazy. Claudette said a necklace from the thrift store. Anyway, beloveds, listen, I just want you all to pay attention, do the work, make sure you're saying your positive affirmations daily, not incantations, affirmations. There is a difference, okay? Make sure you're practicing your manifestation, keeping your vibrations high, okay? Don't let people talk, people criticizing you, naysayers hating on you. Don't let that get you down, because you know who you are. You know what you're capable of. And anything you want, you can create. You create your own reality through the power of manifestation and visualization, through focusing your mind, changing your thoughts, your patterns of negative thinking. You get rid of those and rise into a higher level. You evolve into a higher level of thinking, okay? And you can raise your levels of consciousness, and you do these things for yourself. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about for my members only is going to be some very serious, deep, esoteric knowledge, okay? It's going to be some allegorical things from the Bible. Okay, that's what we're going to. It's not algorithms like Wig taught people. It's going to be allegories. Let me say this too. When Wig was talking about going into the closet to pray and all that stuff, do you know that she literally had people going into closets to pray? Angel Love was talking to me one day, and she said she had to go because she needed to go into her prayer closet to pray. So I started laughing because I thought she was joking. But she said, "Why are you laughing?" And I said, "Because Queen, I learned a lot and I'm practicing it daily." Thank you, Claudette, beloved. I'm glad you did. She basically told me that she literally goes into a closet to pray. I said, "Angel, beloved, why do you feel the need to go inside of a closet to pray?" She said, "Well, that's what Wig said to do. She told us to go into our prayer closet." I said, "Honey, that's not what you really need to do, okay? That's just a euphemism. Okay, that's just what some people say. Christians do this too," says Kathy B. Yes. Rick said, you love esoteric knowledge. Thank you, beloved, because we're going to get into it. But she said that Wig told them to go into a prayer closet. Let me tell you something. I just want y'all to think critically. You don't even have to think critically. Just use common sense. So you mean to tell me that if I'm sitting right here, right now at this table, and I'm praying, and then Mr. Hotel goes into his closet and prays, his prayers are going to be answered, mine aren't? Why do you need to go into a closet? You know what the Bible says? Where two or more are gathered in my name, there I am in the midst. So when you pray, it doesn't matter where you are. You can answer your own prayers. As a matter of fact, the Most High gives us the power to do so. We are gods ourselves. We are not the God, but we are a God. Psalms 82:6, "You're all gods born of the Most High." You have the power to answer your own prayers. You see, you pray for things that you want. You pray for things that you need. You pray for change, right? You can do that yourself through the power of manifestation, creating your own reality. You can answer your own prayers. You can pray to the Most High for guidance. You don't need to go into a closet for that, beloveds. You can pray in the bed, lying down on the floor. You can pray in the bathroom. You can pray outside. You can pray in your car. You can pray at work. You can pray anywhere. That's all I'm saying. Why would anyone think that you need to go into a closet to pray? You see how people are mindlessly brainwashed? Okay, Tia said her inner me is her closet. Exactly. Pray from within yourself. You know what Wig reminds me of? Wig reminds me of, there's a Tyler Perry show that I watch called Ruthless. It's about a cult. They call themselves the Raku. How many of you have seen that show, the Raku, with the cult? It's called Ruthless, okay, with Tyler Perry. How many of you have seen that? One's in the chat if you've seen that show. One's in the chat if you've seen Tyler Perry's show Ruthless, about that cult. Now, let me tell you all something. Wig reminds me of, there was a scene in one of the episodes. It's really good. You all should watch it. But here's the thing. One episode they had, Kathy B said you love that show. I do too, honey. That is so good and juicy. But here's the thing. That show reminds me, there was one episode where the lady named Ruth, that's why the show's called Ruthless, because it's a lady named Ruth and she's nefarious. But the lady named Ruth was talking to this young man who was being assaulted and stuff. And she was telling him, you know, acting like she's going to help him escape from the cult. And she says, I'm just trying to help you. And the boy said, help me? You can't even help yourself. And it's the way he said it. For me, it was hilarious. He said, you can't even help yourself. That's what somebody needs to tell Wig. The next time she starts talking about healing the sick, raising the dead, and all that, somebody needs to say, Wig, help me. Can't even help yourself. Okay? Like, sit down somewhere and please stop the grift before it's too late. That's all I'm saying. Reggie said, true that. So anyway, I'm going to let you all go. I want to thank you all for tuning in. And thanks to all of you who have purchased memberships. I really, really appreciate you. And I am going to make it worth your while. We're going to have some very good things going on. I want you all to pay attention. Don't forget that for those of you who haven't ordered your smoothie, your Royal Vegan, not the Royal Vegan Cookbook, well, those two, if you haven't gotten those, but the Nefarious Smoothie. Okay, the Nefarious Smoothie. If you haven't gotten that ebook, those are still for sale. You can send the payment to my Cash App. Now, all of you who have members that haven't gotten them, you can get those for $5. Everybody else, they're $8, but you all can get them for $5. And at the end of the day, you can send the money to my Cash App and send your email, you know, and put for ebook. Okay, for the smoothie ebook or whatever. Okay, so that I know that it's not just a donation, that you're actually making a purchase. Okay, and then I'll send you the link. With that all being said, I love you all to life. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. And I will talk to you all tomorrow. Peace.